YouTube, how the heck are you doing today? It's going to be a little muggy and rainy out here today, so I thought this would be the best time to drop you a new video on the Surface Pro that I unveiled a couple weeks ago with my unboxing and slight comparison. Today we're going to do a little more in-depth on that. We're going to take the new Surface Pro 2017 up against the Surface Pro 4 that's been out several years now. We're going to do a little speed test, we're going to do a pen test, and I do have to do one caveat on the test of the pen. I do not have the new one for the new Surface Pro. This is still the original one that came with the Surface Pro 4 and has been out since then. It's been a little difficult to get the new one, and let alone I want it in the cobalt blue, so I'm holding out to get the cobalt blue because it is not included anymore in the Surface Pro kit or box. It is separate at $99, so I want to match the keyboard that I do have the keyboard on it though. It's a nice color for that. I got the new cobalt blue keyboard. I'm just waiting for a pen to come in, and they're still not giving any word on that. So the pen test will be done with the original one that came with the Surface Pro and what is available out there now. I've been running these this morning, playing around with them, trying to decide what to show you guys. And I've been noticing as far as heat dissipation on these two, the newer one is a lot cooler. I've been doing a little test here as far as the thing. I got 83 degrees on the new one on the back, and on the other one I got 88 degrees. It was going up as high as 10-degree difference as far as the newer 2017 being cooler than the other one, with just sitting and the display on, not necessarily working on anything really in depth or anything, but I did notice a lot of coolness, a lot cooler difference in the two just holding it and working on it. So that is one consideration to take on that. We'll do another heat test later as we get into the pen test and everything and do something. The fan did kick on the old one once or twice when it was doing an update for me, and obviously this is fanless, so it didn't kick up on that one. But let's go ahead and get started and see what we can find out between these two. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and power them both down here so we can start from the beginning with a little, I could probably do this at the same time, but ambidextery. Okay, we got one down. Another one's still working. The one on the left is the Surface Pro 4. The one on the right is the new Surface Pro. So let's go ahead and hit them. I did turn off the automatic login on both of them, so we're not waiting around for a password or anything like that. And the Surface Pro is up first on that one. Let's go ahead and shut them down one more time. Actually, let's do a restart this time. Do the restart and restart and that. We got an error on that one. Closing, restarting. Okay, restart anyway. We won't get a good one on that one. Yeah, maybe we will. Let's see how that goes. They're both working it. Surface Pro 4 is pulling ahead there. Now these are both the i5 processors, so I didn't go to the very low on the M3s, I believe is what it is. I went with one up from there, and it does look like the Pro 4 came up once again the fastest. So let's do one more shutdown on these little guys, and we'll take it from the very beginning as far as a login, or let me see what I did on that. Got 87 degrees on the new one, and on the screen both are hitting 87 degrees, so that's good. And one more time. I did release the buttons at the same time. It's just that the Surface word comes up a little bit later than that, but it's still pulled ahead as far as opening and logging in. So it does have a little bit quicker login than the new one. This is the 4 gigabytes of RAM. So let's move on to one of our other tests, and we'll go from there, guys. Okay, so that was the speed test of the logging on and powering up and everything. So let's go ahead and do some app opening. The little dots you see right here is not the actual screen, it's the reflection of the fish tank behind us. But I'm going to try to get rid of that in a few minutes. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and open up a couple apps at the same time. I'm going to do Google Chrome and do Edge. And the last one in this bunch will be the store. And the 4 keeps pulling ahead on each one of those. Let's go back into the Edge one. Oops, Edge. Edge. And we'll just click on a few of these opening guys here. See how quickly they load. Not bad. Good scrolling. The text was a little slow on that one, but it could be the page. Let's go back to the original one. Actually, it opened a tab, so we'll close that tab. And we'll close this tab. I didn't close that tab, and hey, I guess we lost Edge. Okay, let's get Edge back. Let's see if we can find an identical story to click on. Nothing. How can they not have similar stuff? Where to next? Start. Let's go to politics, because everybody wants to talk about politics. Okay, we got Trump and Putin. Let's go there. Now it's using different font on the 4 compared to the new Surface Pro. Let's go full screen too. That may make a difference. It did not. So let's go back to the start button. Go back to the start button on the 4. So let's go ahead and close out of those. We'll do one more startup of the different apps there just to show you what's going on. Come on, close. And we'll do the Google Chrome. A little bit faster. We'll do the Microsoft Store. Pretty close on that one. And then last but not least, Microsoft Edge. And slight edge to the Surface Pro 4 still. So let's go ahead and close those out. Go ahead and close those out. So let's move on to a little more powerful program. That would be Adobe Photoshop. I'm going to try to get it to open at the same time. So ready? It did pretty good. The last time it was hit and miss. One would open and the other one wouldn't, but they're both doing fairly well there. Okay, so let's just throw them down temporarily in the taskbar. Then we'll go over to Sketchbook Pro. Let's see if I can get that one to open up properly at the same time. Nope, false start. So let's go back. So on those, it seems to be pulling ahead just a little bit with the new 2017 Surface Pro. Let's go ahead and close them down do it one more time to see if is this my trigger finger or if it was the actual processor on there. Yeah, very good. Now you can notice there's a little more warmth on the newer one, where it's a little more whiter, maybe more bluish tinge to it. But let's go ahead and do some drawing in it. Let's see, I got pencil on both. As I said before, I'm using the original Surface Pro pen. I'm still waiting for the new one to come in. As I drag across lightly, you can see, or maybe not see, and then move in just a little bit on that guy. Okay, as you can see, I did some light lines. I'm just barely applying pressure. That one I didn't even apply pressure. And as I increase the pressure, obviously it stays fairly good with it. There's not too much lag. Let's go ahead and increase the size of the pen a little bit. It does have a good sensitivity as far as light and heaviness as far as drawing. You can see it lagging a little bit behind the little target cursor that I have on there. So let's go ahead and move over to the 4 and see if we can get the similar really light, from light to dark. To the human eye, at least to my eye, there's not much lag as far as that's going on. Let's go ahead and increase this a little bit. You still have the sensitivity. With the new pen, you're going to get 4,000 sensitivity levels. This has 1,024, I believe. So it does have good levels still for, you know, just drawing and sketching and stuff like that. But as far as I can see, there is not too much difference between the two. Let me go ahead and do a new sheet on each one. Let's go ahead and back it up a little bit and see if I can do a double drawing. For some reason, there we go. It kept wanting to tip over for some reason. No, they're both very good as far as being able to keep up with the pen. And as far as levels, as far as writing lightly, oops, let me go over here. Writing lightly or writing heavy, they both seem to be very, holding up very well as far as that, in my opinion, or is the way I see it. So let's go ahead and minimize these guys down to the screen. We're going to pull up Photoshop, and within Photoshop I'm going to pull up a file that I did for my niece. It's about 240 megabytes PSD file, so it's got some layers. It's got a little more going on for it than the other ones, or just a blank page. I don't want to resolve the types. I don't want to resolve the fonts. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here on both if I can. And I'm just going to go ahead and insert a layer. Insert a layer. Oh, can't go from one side to the other. Get our pens going here. And we got brush on each side. That's really light on that. Now if I do really light, just barely touching it, doesn't even register until the very end there. And same with this side, very lightly, doesn't register. A little more pressure, it holds it on there. Put on the pressure again. So let's go ahead and increase that a little bit more to 59. I figure the more pixels you're trying to push as you paint, the more drag or lag you'll get on that. So let's see how that goes. It's very light, very light. You can see as I go up and around, it's trying to keep up with the cursor. And it's pretty much the same on this. Once I get the new pen in, I'll do another thing. So for right now, with these two Surface Pen Pros, on either one of these, it's about the same as far as it's going across on there. Just to give you an idea of how it's going to push the pixels across as you're sketching, drawing, painting. That's pretty much, it gives you a pretty good idea of how it compares on the two. And it looks a little bit bigger on this side because it's at 130 and this side is at 58. Oh yeah, at 58. There we go. As you can see, it does have some lag still. But they say with the new pen, the lag is drastically reduced. So once you get that going, and like I said, this is a 140 megabyte file on top of here. So we're kind of seeing real world results. I mean, there's some people that do thousands of layers on their sheets, so what you see here is not quite what you're going to see in the heavy duty world. But as you can tell, if I'll go straight across. Go ahead and get rid of these guys. Take us back to the white. And then do it lightly. Do it light, not too light. Do it a little heavier. And pressing about as heavy as I can without tipping over the Surface Pro. So very similar, very similar. So that is probably the best pen test I can do right now. Like I said, once I get the other pen test or other pen in, I will do it up against the winner. It looks like the Surface Pro 4 does hold up to its own against the new one. So that's a quick pen test. Let me do another reading as far as the heat. I get it right at the top there by the camera. Got an 87 on the new Surface Pro, and then on the other one, about 89. So only 2 degrees difference this time. But like I said before, I was getting about anywhere from 6 to 10 degree difference, and you could really feel it on the back side. But they seem to be chilling out fairly well this time. The fan hasn't kicked on this one at all, but we haven't really done anything intensive. So there you go, guys. That's my little update on the Surface Pro, the 4 against the new 2017. Speed test, pen test. Like I said, this isn't the latest pen. I'm still waiting for them to get the cobalt blue in stock so I can order that up. That's a little extra, so it doesn't come with the Surface Pro, like I said. If you missed my original unboxing and review comparison, go ahead and look at the link down below. I'll have that there for you. Up next will be the iPad Pro that they just released against the new Surface Pro, and we'll try to do some speed tests as far as apps and stuff on that. I'm still looking into see what I can compare, because a full laptop compared to a tablet is not really a fair fight, as a lot of you say. But we'll see what we can do on that area. But until next time, please like and subscribe. Give me some ideas in the comments as far as what you'd like to see against the next comparison on the iPad Pro and the Surface Pro. And I will see you next time, guys. Have a good one.